I just saw Iron Lung. So let's talk about it. First, we just need to talk about what exactly is Iron Lung, because this is a movie that more than any movie this weekend, I'm encouraging to go check out. Um, I'm posting this review earlier than I normally do for early reviews, but that's because I want this movie to be seen. If you don't know what the deal is with Iron Lung, essentially, famous YouTuber Markiplier, who was like a gaming YouTuber, when it made this movie independently, he helped finance it himself. And this movie, he worked to get it made. That's what he did. And he didn't release it with any studio and had almost zero marketing budget. But he was still selling out theaters. That is crazy. And that's why this is an important movie, because this is a guy who at one point was trying to get this movie released and could only get it into like less than 50 theaters across the US, and he was able to get it into a shit ton of them and make deals with Regal for these popcorn buckets and all this stuff. And that is just a sweet underdog story. I feel like this is a better story than even Chris Stuckman's story, and not to shame him, but like this is a guy who was able to do something. So I don't know it. So I'm gonna criticize the movie, and I don't really love it, but that doesn't really shy away from what an incredible achievement of film this was. Of that, this movie is gonna make film history in a very unique way that I think people in Hollywood are gonna pay attention to, especially after this movie. They're gonna be like, "Can we make contracts with you to make other things?" And he probably will. So just keep that in mind. As for the movie itself, I think this is what I understand. This is like based on a video game. I don't know anything about the game, so just I'm not even gonna talk about that. As a movie by itself, I did not. I was disappointed because I think this is a stronger first start feature than Chris Stuckman's movie, because there's actually like a lot of creative filmmaking here. It feels more fresh and original than Chris Stuckman's movie did. Now, granted, some of that is this is based on a game, but so maybe that plays into it. I don't know, but it definitely felt that way. The Some of the cinematography and choices here I thought were pretty good. A lot of the practical effects I thought were pretty good. Where this movie faltered for me is this movie was way too long. This movie's over 2 hours. For a movie that has like maybe an hour and a half, hour 40 of plot, it doesn't really have really hour 40 is pushing it. Hour and a half is the right mark for this movie. Because like it's very this movie is a lot of like build up and claustrophobia and a lot of suspense of things going on, but it's really just this one guy in this one area talking to a disembodied voice in a machine, and that's the movie. And so there's movies that do that. I love The Martian. Just kind of thinking about that a little bit in the movie, where it's Matt Damon stranded on a planet, but that's like one of the greatest actors of all time making that work. This is a movie where you know, I'm not saying that you can't make this work, but when you're it's like almost an hour 40 of build up, and then the build payoff comes, kind of makes it feel a little less satisfying, because I don't think the payoff was bad for that. But the way the movie goes by the end, I'm like, yeah, but I should not have had to wait like 2 hours for that. Should have had to wait like 40 minutes for that and made that work. I don't know. I just was disappointed with this movie because of that. That being said, this is still an incredible achievement in film history. You should go see this movie. You should buy a ticket right away, especially since a lot of these theaters are sold out. Which again, it's just crazy that this got sold out. Like, that's wild. Because this is a big deal, this movie. So let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.